Hey everyone, it's me Jenny and welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this cylinder container cover. This is how it looks like. The stitch is very interesting. It is a knit stitch. It is crochet, but it looks like a knit stitch because I crochet all the stitches at the third loop of the stitch. Okay, I'm going to show you how to crochet that. So I love this ice cream brand, and I always recycle this container because it is very useful. So I crochet this, I made this, and I put this in here. And this is a flower that I had long time ago, and I just put it there as flower arrangement. Okay, I also use it to cover the crochet hook container where I use the same ice cream container as well. So just to hide it, it looks more presentable in that way. Okay, I'm going to show you how to crochet if you have wider container or longer, taller container. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so for this, the measurement for this from one end, this end to this end, it is 3 inches, and from the bottom right here to the top right here, it is 4 inches. Okay, if you have wider circumference, you can add more round. I'm gonna tell you how to do that. And you have longer cylinder, you can add more round as well, and I'm gonna tell you how to do that as well. Okay, so besides using this, I also have this candle. You know, sometimes it's so hard to remove this price tag, but it can fit in here as well. Let me see. So you won't see that tag right there. It's very nice for decoration. It doesn't have to be for flowers. Right there. Can be for candle or crochet hooks. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to show you how to make it. And for this measurement right here, this is for this container, which is 3 inches from one end to one end and 4 inches height. Okay, so let's start. Okay, the yarn that I'm going to be using is this Peaches and Cream. This is 100% cotton. It's a medium weight number 4, and the colorway is Oasis, and this is how it looks like. It is very pretty yarn. And if you do not have this Peaches and Cream, you can use any cotton yarn that you have, preferable 100% cotton and medium weight number 4. Okay, so and the crochet hook, I'm going to be using 3.5 millimeter or US size E or 4. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so we're going to start by making a loose knot. So how I normally do, I just wrap the yarn at my fingers as how I normally would, and twist the yarn and hold it right there, hook into this loop, yarn over, and pull the working yarn through the loops. Okay, so we're going to work our round 1 at this hole at the center or in the loop. Okay, so now we're going to start with chain 1, and this chain 1 does not count as stitch count. And now we're going to make 8 single crochet in this loop at the center. Okay, 8 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 7 and 8. Okay, so once you made 8 single crochet, going to slip stitch at the first single crochet right here, the first stitch, slip stitch. Okay, now to close the hole at the center, we're just going to pull this tail right here. Alright, so now we're going to work round 2. For round 2, we're going to make 2 single crochet into every stitch. Okay, so we're going to start with chain 1, and this chain 1 does not count as stitch count. So at the very same stitch where you did the slip stitch, you're going to do 2 single crochet. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, at the next stitch, you're going to make 2 single crochet as well. 1 and 2. Next stitch, 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, so you're going to repeat until you reach the very last stitch. You make 2 single crochet into all the 8 stitches from round 1. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of round 2. Okay, so once you're done with round 2, you made 2 single crochet in every stitch. You should have total of 16 stitches around. So we started right here. This is the first single crochet. 1 2 3 sorry 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 and 16. Okay, now go ahead and slip stitch at the very first stitch, the first single crochet stitch right here. Okay, so now we're going to start round 3. You're going to start with chain 1, and this chain 1 does not count as stitch count. Now we're going to do increase at every other stitch. So at the first stitch right here, you're just going to do 1 single crochet, and at the next stitch you're going to make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, next stitch 1 single crochet, and at the next stitch 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Alright, you're going to repeat 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet next stitch until you reach the very last stitch. Okay, at the very last stitch right here, you should end with 2 single crochet in that last stitch. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of round 3. Okay, so once you're done with round 3, you should have total of 24 stitches around. Now to finish up, just slip stitch at the very first stitch. Okay, so now we're going to do round 4. Round 4, we're going to start with chain 1, and this chain 1 does not count as stitch count. Now we're going to make 2 single crochet, 1 at the first stitch, 1 at the second stitch, and at the third stitch we're going to make 2 single crochet. Okay, so at the very first stitch, same stitch where you did the slip stitch, I'm going to make 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet at the next stitch. So at the very next stitch you're going to make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, so you're going to repeat the same sequence, make 2 single crochet, 1 2 and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. Okay, 1 2, so 1 right here, 1 right here, and 2 single crochet at the next stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, we're going to repeat 1, next stitch, 1 and 2 single crochet at the next stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, you're going to repeat the same sequence, make 2 single crochet and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. You're going to repeat total 8 times or until you reach the very last stitch. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of round 4. Okay, so once you're done with round 4, you should have total of 32 stitches around. Alright, so go ahead and slip stitch at the first stitch. Okay, now we're done with round 4. So for the next round, round 5, as usual, we're going to start with chain 1. Now we're going to make 3 single crochet and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to start right here, the same stitch where we did the slip stitch. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to make 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and at the next stitch we're going to make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Alright, so we're going to repeat the same sequence, 3 single crochet and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 2 single crochet next stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, we're going to repeat the same, 1, 2, 3, and 2 single crochet next stitch, 1 and 2. Alright, go ahead and finish up round 5. Make the same sequence, 3 single crochet and 2 single crochet at the next stitch until you reach the very last stitch right here. Okay, I'll see you at the end of round 5. Okay, so once you're done with round 5, you should have total of 40 stitches around, 40. Okay, so go ahead and slip stitch at the very first stitch right here. Okay, so next round 6 is going to be the last round where we're going to do the bottom of the cylinder or the container. If you want to make it bigger, you can add more rounds, just add increase at every increase round. For example, right now we're doing round 6, so for round 6 we're going to start with chain 1 and we'll make 4 single crochet, 1 2 3 4, sorry, 1 2 3 4, and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. Okay, if you have bigger round container, you want to make it probably until round 10, you just increase the single crochet. So for this I'm going to stop at round 6. You can add round 7 and round 8 until round 10. It really depends how big is your or how wide is your container. So for example, round 7 you want to make 5 single crochet and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you round 6. So chain 1, chain 1 does not count as stitch count. So now we're going to make 4 single crochet starting at the very first stitch. 1 2 3 4. So next stitch we're going to make 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Alright, so next we're going to do the same sequence, 4 single crochet, 1 2 3 4, and 2 single crochet next stitch, 1 and 2. Alright, so go ahead and repeat the same sequence, make 4 single crochet and 2 single crochet at the next stitch until you complete round 6. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of round 6. Okay, so once you're done with round 6, you should have total of 48 stitches around. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch at the first stitch to complete round 6. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, round 6 is the last round for the bottom of the container. So next, if you want to make it bigger, you can continue round 7, round 8, or depending on how big is your container, how wide. If you want to make round 7, you're going to make 5 single crochet and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. If you want to increase more, make 6 single crochet. So for round 7, you're going to make 5 single crochet, 2 single crochet at the next stitch, and at round 8 you just increase by 1 single crochet stitch. We're going to make 6 single crochet and 2 single crochet at the next stitch. Okay, so but for this tutorial I'm going to stop at round 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so right now you should have total of 48 stitches around, and now we're going to do round 7. For round 7, you're going to make back post half double crochet into every stitch, and you're going to use the half double crochet stitch. Okay, so we're going to start with chain 1, and to make a back post half double crochet stitch, so chain 1, which does not count as stitch count, going to yarn over and hook into the stitch. So we're going, so this is the front and this is the back. You're going to bring the hook through the back of the stitch right here, okay, and bring it forward and go around to the next stitch to the back. Alright, so yarn over, bring the yarn through the front and pull it through the back. You have 3 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Alright, so that's the first back post half double crochet. So next we're going to do the same, yarn over, hook into the next stitch from the back to front and bring the hook around the next stitch to the back, yarn over and pull the yarn to the front and to the back, yarn over and pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Okay, I'm going to show you again. To the back, front, from front to back, yarn over and bring the yarn through the front and all the way to the back, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so you're going to do the back post half double crochet until you reach the very last stitch of the round. Okay, at the very last stitch right here. Alright, so once you're done round 7, you make total of 48 back post half double crochet stitch. So this is how it should look like. Okay, so from now on you're going to crochet in around, so that means we are not going to do slip stitch at every round. So what I normally do if to start to crochet in a round is I'm just going to start with the single crochet, because the whole round I'm going to use the half double crochet stitch. But for the very first stitch, just the 1 stitch before I continue all half double crochet stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet, 1 single crochet stitch. So I'm going to crochet, so this is the first stitch. I'm going to crochet at the back loop of the stitch right here. Alright, this is the front and this is the back. I'm going to crochet at the back loop and at the third loop. Alright, so this is the third loop of the stitch right here, this one and this one. Alright, so single crochet, back loop, and the third loop. There, back loop, third loop, and you're just going to single crochet that stitch right there. Alright, so the rest of the stitch you're going to do all half double crochet stitch, and you're going to crochet at the third loop. Alright, so this is the third loop. Alright, this is the regular stitch how we would normally crochet. We are not going to crochet in this front and back. Instead, we are going to crochet in this third loop right here. Alright, this stitch. Alright, it's easier if you just turn your work, yarn over, crochet in this third loop. Okay, by crocheting in the third loop, these stitches right here, it will look like a knit stitch. Okay, so just continue in the third loop. Okay, right here it's easy if you just turn the work. Okay, yarn over, crochet in this third loop. Okay, so you're going to start to crochet in a round. So if you're not used to crochet in a round, I suggest you to get a scrap yarn. Okay, I'm going to crochet until I reach this stitch right here, the stitch number 48. So the single crochet right here count as first stitch. So far I made 1. So this is the single crochet, this is all half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you're going to finish the rest of the round using half double crochet stitch and crochet at the third loop only. Okay, so go ahead and finish up. After you're done, I'm going to show you how to place the scrap yarn to indicate every new round. Okay, so go ahead and finish up round 8 and make total of 48 stitches around. Okay, so go ahead and finish up, and I'll see you at the end of round 8. Okay, so once you made 48 stitches at round 8, so right now it's a bit confusing to see which round is which round. So you can tell your first stitch is always at right here, because this is where we start the crochet in a round. So place the scrap yarn right here. So after you made all 48 stitches at round 8, okay, so we finish at the bottom right here, round 6. This right here indicate round 7, and this is round 8. Okay, now we're going to make round 9. Place the scrap yarn right there. Okay, so now we're going to start the new round, which is round 9. Okay, we're going to crochet in a round, and we're going to crochet at the back loop, sorry, at the third loop right here. Okay, so this is the single crochet stitch where we did round 8, and the third loop of that stitch is right here at the back. Okay, so from now on we're just going to use half double crochet stitch every round. All right, so that's the first stitch. It's 2 crochet at the back loop. It's going to be easy as you get used to it. Okay, so right here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I'm just going to count until the end just to show you one more time how to move your stitch marker and make sure you have 48 stitches around. Okay, I've counted until 20. Now this is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. Okay, now 48 stitch right here. You stop exactly before the stitch marker and at the very same stitch, number 48 from the previous round. Okay, so once you reach this, just move your stitch to the back, the scrap yarn, and you continue the new round at the very first stitch from the previous round, round 9. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. Okay, so from now on you don't really have to count the stitches, just as long as you reach the last stitch right here. Once you're done with this round, you should end right here, and once you finish your stitch number 48 right here, you're going to bring the scrap yarn forward and the next round and so forth. Okay, just keep moving your yarn, and that's how you know how many rounds you did. Okay, or easier, just count by this knit like stitch right here. Okay, so by knitting at the third loop, the loop at the back, you will have this knit like stitch. Okay, so you're just going to continue the length that you want. I'm just going to crochet until I reach the length that I want, and I'm gonna show you how to finish up the very last round of this container cover. Okay, so I'll see you once you're done, and I'm gonna show you on how to finish up the very last round. Okay, so go ahead and just crochet in a round, crochet at the third loop, and once again, once you reach the last stitch right here, and before you start the new round, just bring the scrap yarn forward so you know where is your end and where is your beginning of the round. Alright, so I'll see you once you're done, and I'm gonna show you how to finish up this container cover. Alright, so I'll see you soon. Okay, so I've crocheted until round 18. I'm just going to double check. As you can see, this is how it looks like. I'm just going to do one more round of the half double crochet stitch, crochet at the third loop. Okay, I'm going to do until round 19. Okay, if you have longer taller or longer container, you just continue your crochet around until you get your desired length. But I'm just going to do one more round. Okay, I'm done with round 19. So now I'm going to do the last round. So this is how you're going to do your last round. So just bring your stitch marker forward or backward, whichever way it is. So instead of doing half double crochet stitch, you're going to do single crochet stitch. Okay, so the same, you're going to crochet at the third loop right here. Okay, just single crochet. Going to make 44 single crochet stitch, and the rest of the stitch we're going to slip stitch. Okay, so I'm just going to make 44 single crochet. This is for the last round, and I'm going to make crochet at the third loop. Okay, as how you normally do right here. Okay, so I've crocheted 44 single crochet and I crochet at the third loop. Now I have 4 stitches left before I reach the end of the round. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going to do slip stitch, and we are going to slip stitch at the back at the third loop as well. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so total 44 stitches for round 20, or it depends on which round you're at. 44 single crochet at the third loop, and 4 slip stitch at the back loop, at the third loop. Okay, now to finish up, we're just going to slip stitch at the first single crochet from the earlier round. Okay, just we do the regular slip stitch right there. Okay, chain 1 to secure stitches and cut. Okay, just going to cut enough for you to weave in ends. And you can pull this scrap yarn out. Alright, so this is how it looks like. Alright, this is where we start and this is where we end. It is normal, because we crochet in around, the beginning will slant it a little bit. Alright, so this is how I normally weave in my ends. I'm going to make slip knot 1 and 2. Alright, so now you're going to hide your ends. Okay, so this is how it looks like, the front, and the inside it looks pretty nice as well. As you can see the stitches, it's very interesting. If you need this look almost like a garter stitch. Okay, so back in, there you go, and put your flower in there. Oops, there you go. Alright, so I do hope you find this tutorial easy to follow. If you have any question, leave your question at the comment section down below. I will try my very best to reply. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, share this video with your fellow crochet friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already, that way you won't miss any of my future uploads. And also follow me on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so for now, thank you so much. for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care everyone. God bless and bye.